Jack Squad. Hey y'all, this your girl Jackie with a Q. How everybody doing? What's going on? Listen, what is wrong with people today? They want to keep up with the Joneses. That's the number one problem. They want to keep up with what they see on social media. They want to keep up. Just be yourself. It's okay to just be you. What I'm talking about? I'm talking about Wendy, Dr. Wendy Osefo, and her lawyer husband, Eddie Osefo. Y'all did the dumbest shit you could do. That was an elementary ass caper y'all did. So, Dr. Wendy and her husband, Eddie, he's a lawyer. She was a journalist with MSNBC, or commentator, whatever you want to say. She's a professor at a prestigious university, and she did some more shit. She had 4 degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4 degrees. He had at least 2. Together, y'all had at least 6 degrees, and that was the plot y'all thought of. See, let me tell y'all something. I keep telling y'all this. People who ain't never had the struggle or ain't never been in the streets, quit doing street shit. Quit doing street shit. You supposed to have been in the university. You supposed to have been in the books. You supposed to be doing something else. Not that, right? So, let me tell y'all what happened, in case you don't know, in case you've been under a rock and you ain't been on no social media. Dr. Wendy and her husband, Eddie, are on Real Housewives of Potomac, right? She is from Nigerian descent, okay? They've been doing quite well for themselves, quite well. On the scale of doing well for yourself, they was up there. How much money they had, I don't know. But as far as accomplishments, they were up there. He was a lawyer. That's why I said he had at least 2 degrees. And she had 4. And she never let anybody forget that she had 4 degrees. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. What's needed, especially when you think you're about to do something wrong. You don't necessarily have to have all of these senses, but you need them. If you got them, cool, right? You need book sense, common sense, and street sense. Do not step off the curb and get in the streets and you ain't never been in there. Don't do that. That's what they did, right? So, now, with their smartness and their 6 degrees combined, they decide to pull a caper. What was the caper, you ask? Fraud. Fraud, right? So, they went to Jamaica last year, and when they came back, they said their house had been broken into. Now, nobody didn't kick down the door. They didn't break the window down in the dining room. They climbed up to the 2nd floor bathroom window. Now, you say, how did they know that was the bathroom window? I don't know. But this is what they told the people, right? Now, mind you, they have cameras and alarms. Nothing got triggered. Not an alarm, not a one camera, no motion, nothing was seen. Right? Now then, they said that they came into the bathroom window and took all their jewels and precious gems from the bedroom. But this is the kicker, what got them knocked. The robbers went back out the window. Now, I ain't never know the robber to break in, climb the scale the wall, do all that to break in, and they don't go on out the door. They got the stuff, they going on out the door. She said they went back out the window. Now then, let me tell you how white folks do. Y'all, listen. I keep telling people, us, cannot do what white folk do. We can't. I don't care how much money you get, how prestigious you get, how many people you know. Us cannot do the same shit they do and get away with it, right? So now I know that she got the bright idea from another housewife, Dorit, Housewives of Beverly Hills. Now, Dorit claimed a couple years ago, but she had footage. The robbers came in her house, they took her stuff. Nobody believed it. I didn't believe it. Her husband didn't believe it. Her co-stars didn't believe it. But okay, she's a white girl, right? No investigation, no further investigation needed. She's a white girl, she got robbed, she's crying, that's it. Once a white lady cry, that's it, right? Wendy, on top of telling that lie, the people, when they came into the house, the detectives, investigators, whoever, they already said it looked staged. Now, this is where your degrees is not necessary and your street sense need to kick in. They didn't have sense enough to stage it and make it look like somebody really came up in there. So evidently they did some elementary school ass shit, right? And the people already knew out the gate. They knew, they just couldn't prove it, but they knew. They knew, right? So what they do? Lay in wait. They laid back and watched and waited, right? Now then, Goofball, the husband, sent an email to Wendy and say, what else do we need to put in this this claim? What else do we need to put in this claim? Email. Y'all live in the same house. Let me tell y'all something. 101 street code is you don't talk across the airwaves. You don't talk on the phone. You damn sure don't send no texts or no emails. Y'all live in the same house. Just wait till you see it and y'all talk about what y'all talking about, right? All right. Then they double dipped, they triple dipped. They had 3 policies and got paid from each policy for the same items. Wrong. Now this is the stupid part. This is the real stupid part. The items that they claim were stolen, they had took back a year ago. They had been took them back and got the money for them. There's receipts for that. There's paperwork for that, right? I'm trying to figure out which degree did they use to come up with this plan. Which degree did they, because this didn't even take a 6th grade diploma, not from where I'm from, to know that this ain't what you do. And to that scale of money, they wanted to reach the cap, I think was like something like $423,000, $425,000. That's the cap that they're going to repay when you got insurance, I guess, or whatever their insurance was, right? They didn't go to the, even though they Nigerian, they probably was too uppity to go to the real Nigerian school of scammers. Because if they had to talk with their cousins, Pookie, Ray Ray and them over in Nigeria, they would have knew, don't do that. That ain't how you do that. The play don't go down like that. Right? Flag on the play. Y'all didn't even have it staged right. Then you got greedy. Now, why did they do all that? Wendy, first of all, she quit her prestigious job as a professor at whatever university that was, right? I think she slowed down or either quit her MSNBC position, right? You was in places that people don't even get to, sis. Everybody don't get to them spots, right? You were highly respected. They thought you were a woman of high intelligence. They thought you were a woman of high intelligence. Your husband was a lawyer. I'm trying to figure out where he get his law degree from. You thought that shit was going to fly with the peoples. With the peoples. They're investigating you. And evidently they couldn't even read. When the investigators and the insurance people came to their house, they couldn't even read them to know that they knew that y'all was lying. Y'all couldn't even read that. They knew y'all was lying from the get, right out the gate, right? They went on with the program to prove a point and show and break you. Let me tell y'all something. How do I put this? The goal, and I ain't saying all. When I'm talking, I'm not saying all. But white folks is known throughout history in breaking us. Breaking us. Started in slavery. They want to break you. So now, they let you go on and do all that you're going to do and collect the money. Wendy's so stupid, you had the ring on at an event where they taking pictures. Where they taking lots of pictures. She also had the ring on doing a video in the car. They see you with the ring, sis. They see the ring. Don't listen. This is what's that? Workman's comp. Don't you know when you file a workman's comp, they don't believe you. They follow you forever till you make a mistake. You can be in that wheelchair for 364 days. That 365th day that you step up and step out and start walking, they got you. You all were stupid, right? All them degrees didn't give you enough sense to not do that dumb shit that y'all did, right? So you had the ring on. Again, why did you do this? Were you trying to keep up with the Joneses? You were trying to keep... Listen, you should have took a page out of Giselle's book. Your co-worker, your co-star. She went and bought her a little piece of house down in the woods somewhere over there in Potomac or wherever nearby and put it together herself. Okay? That's what y'all should have did. Y'all living too fabulously. And on this last episode of Real Housewives of Potomac, she bragged about how much money they had. That they was doing quite well. Because I didn't know he had stopped being a lawyer, but I knew that he had a dispensary. So he was in the weed selling business. Happy Eddie. You was in the weed selling business. Y'all thought y'all had a ride. That them white folks done broke you down. Now, listen, this is the season. I was saying the year. This is the season of the reveal. The season of reveal. So if you out there doing wrong, stop it right now because you will be revealed. This is the season of reveal, of revelation. Okay? This is that season. Quit doing shit. If you're doing something wrong, quit it. Quit it. They did that dumb shit without even thinking, with all them degrees you got. That was true. They could call me. I could have told them how to do that or not to do that, right? Y'all did that. Didn't even peep the scene that they was on to y'all and then proceeded to wear the shit. They had took that shit back a year ago and she kept the ring. That big old ring that costs whatever it costs, $400, $1,000, whatever the ring costs, you kept it and kept wearing it. Instead of just going by you another. Let me tell you something. I would have buried that bullshit in the ground. That ring would have been buried in the ground. They would have seen that ring for 20 more years. Now, they got 16 charges. 7 felonies. Now, it's a state. I thought it was feds. It's a state. They're being charged by the state. So some of those charges may get reduced to something. But they going to jail. They going to jail. They going to jail. It says they have an enormous amount of debt. Why do people why do people get on reality TV? Why do people get on reality TV and then try to live like the Joneses? Just live like you. Live like the Osefos. Y'all wanted to be, let me say, back in the day, it was called got ahead of yourself. Today, it's called you thought you was bigger than the program. Ain't nobody bigger than the program. Not you. Not you. That the embarrassment and the shame. And you know, Wendy is taking care of her mama, I think. She's taking care of her mama. I'm sure they've taken care of a whole bunch of people's, right? Y'all done fucked up the thing. Y'all done fucked up the thing. And the amount of embarrassment is all over each and every blog, each and every site, each and everybody talking about it just like me. God damn, that was stupid. That was stupid. Y'all going to jail. I hope they know. Now they home. They had a $50,000 bond. They at home. Now they at home on some crunchy shit. They sitting around being crunchy now. They crunchy. You know, have y'all ever did some shit, your stomach just start turning and shit, and you just be like, damn, if I only hadn't did that. I told you we shouldn't have did that much. Now they over there blame gaming each other, right? I seriously doubt if their relationship will last through the whole ordeal. I doubt that. Or maybe the husband will say it was all on me when he didn't have nothing to do with it. He might do that. Somebody got to take care of the children, right? Because they're going to jail. They're going to jail. Now, they might not go for years and years, but they're going to do about 5, maybe 10. Depending on what each count call for. I think they said 10 years each count, but they're not going to give them 100 years, I don't believe. But they're going to have to pay that money back. What they need to do, as soon as they got out of jail, as soon as they got released on bond, they should have called a realtor like, hey, we need to sell this house. See, pride is one of the 7 deadly sins as well as greed. This shit is biblical, y'all. This is the season of the reveal. The reveal. Everybody is getting revealed. If they doing some dirt, it's coming out. Y'all don't see that? This shit is spiritual. What's going on now is spiritual. It's spiritual, right? You ain't getting ready to do shit and get away with it. And the people that is getting away with it, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming, right? It is coming. You couldn't pay me. Listen, I ain't taking shit, and I was a thief. I was a master thief. From birth, the shit was in me, right? Probably because I'm Nigerian, part Nigerian too, so it was in my DNA, right? Master thief. It took me years to break that out of my system after I went to the penitentiary. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what they've lost their careers. He's going to get disbarred. MSNBC ain't going to have you on there because you can steal, but you can't. Black folks can't be stealing and still be getting money. You ain't Trump, them, right? They definitely, you quit the university. You got too big for the university. You know, she wanted to sell stuff. She wanted to, see, Wendy was already where everybody else wanted to be. People always want to be somewhere that they don't have to be, right? Kills you. Just like kids that grew up in the suburbs, they want to be in the streets. We in the streets for a reason. Not because we want to, because we have to be, right? It's a matter of survival. Y'all didn't have to survive like that. That was not a survival skill. Not a skill. That was not a survival tactic. Y'all didn't have to do that. Y'all had it going on. Y'all was a power couple. Influential. You were influential Negroes. Y'all had it. Up in the D.C. area. You stupid motherfuckers. Y'all stupid. It's going to take you 20 years. Now, Wendy 41. I guess he might be 41 too. It's going to take y'all 20 years to uncover from that, to recover from that shit. I want you to know somebody that done did some shit and had a fall. My fall wasn't as great as y'all because I didn't have that much money. But the fall, nevertheless, it's going to take you about 20 years to fully recover from that shit. Mentally, spiritually, and financially. It's going to take a minute to recover from that shit, right? The embarrassment, the shame, the humility. You got to tell your kids. What do you tell your kids that you're trying to raise to be good, upstanding citizens? Mom and daddy about to go to penitentiary because they thieves and liars. Got to explain that shit, right? Not let alone, now they might let you back on Real Housewives of Potomac when you get out. They let Teresa back on. They're going to probably let Karen back on. That other girl from Salt Lake City. You know what? Bravo need to start they need to start a Real Housewives of the Penitentiary series or something, right? These bras be having money and they still do shit. They still lie and steal, right? They still lie and steal. Listen, I feel bad for her, but you know, they talked about, see, let me tell you about Wendy. I didn't like Wendy. I liked her initially, then I didn't because she got on the bandwagon with Giselle and Robin to hate on Monique. She got on that bandwagon. Right? She didn't even have to be over there. She went on over there, right? Then they turned on her, right? Now she want to be back friends with them. She wanted to be down with the mean girls. She wanted to be down with the cool kids, right? Just be yourself. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. You know, she was sitting up high looking down on people. Now look at you. Now look at you. Child, you about to, ooh. And then, you know, their mug shots, they wanted to look happy. They wanted to look happy, right? Like it wasn't nothing. You're going to have to humble yourself, sis and sir. Going to have to humble yourself. Because them white folks going to humble you anyway, though. You know, and I don't want to hear nothing about respect our privacy right now because y'all been talking about everybody. Wendy been talking about everybody in their business since she been on the show. So we want to know your business too, child. So come on, tell us when come on, tell us, right? Now, will this appear probably at the end of the season? They're going to talk about it. They're going to talk about it and they're going to add at the end of the season, they're going to add this. Because they finished filming. But at the end of the season, they're going to add this. They're going to add this. You and your husband fucked up. And y'all going to jail. 16 charges, y'all going to go to jail. Now, they're going to reduce some of that. They're going to take away some of that. But it's still going to be enough. Y'all going to have to go to jail if it ain't over 5 years, 10 years. Oh, wow. Ooh. Y'all going to go to jail, though. Y'all going to jail. Yeah, y'all going to jail. That's a damn shame. Y'all didn't even have to do that. Y'all could have just kept living your life. You and your husband thought y'all was bigger than the program. Y'all wanted to be something that y'all wasn't. I'm telling y'all, the social media and the reality TV, let me tell you something about reality TV. I've been watching it since its inception. I've been watching reality TV since Real World, right? Reality TV, if you don't govern yourselves, will have you thinking you something that you're not. Or have you trying to achieve something that you can't. If you got any cracks in your relationship, it's going to explode that, right? Why would you be on reality TV knowing that y'all did some wrong? Y'all should have set this season out, all right? And she bragged about how much money they had last episode. That was dumb, y'all. I'm here to tell y'all that was some dumb ass shit. That was dumb.